Hello, everybody, and we are here live with our friend Wolfango from Scuola Leonardo da Vinci. First of all, Wolfango, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Waiting for Christmas and New Year's Eve to come, so
Exactly.
in a relaxed mood, more or less.
You were telling me before we started our live today that you've been quite busy lately.
Yes, actually, yes. It seems that the season is all year round now. That's good for our business and for the incoming in Italy in general. But we- I must say that we were not used to have this kind of continuity during the year, especially after COVID, where the rhythm
Yeah,
were a little bit slower than now.
of
But
course.
better like this than not
For
having.
sure. We're not complaining. It's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good problem to have. So speaking of how things have changed and how you're busier this year, have you also noticed perhaps a change in the market, in the kinds of students who visit your schools?
Definitely, yes. I must say that after COVID, I saw a few changes in our students in different aspects. First of all, I'm looking at a strong need of traveling. So people want to
Mm,
travel at any not any cost, but as soon as they have the possibility, they book flight, they book a course, they book accommodation, and want to travel everywhere. And this is something that I see not only in our industry but in tourism generally,
in general.
because I assume that after COVID, people are struggling that could be another pandemic or another war or something, and you don't have time to visit all that you have planned, and you want
Exactly.
to to have the possibility, the opportunity. So this is the first thing. So we have also a lot of last minute bookings.
Okay.
This is something that we realized, and the fact that Italy was packed of tourists this year um, generate some issues with accommodation generally in
Of course.
all our cities. But I know
Of
that in
course.
all around Italy, and not only, I think, all around Europe, I know that is an issue in our industry and not only in the industry, so that
Definitely.
it's difficult to find accommodation for students because prices have raised,
Mhm.
and tourists are everywhere, so it's more difficult to find, and people are working more and more with Airbnb, Booking.com, these
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
players on accommodation.
Exactly,
Mm.
And to recap a little bit,
Yeah.
obviously, the people who are following this live broadcast have definitely heard about you, about Scuola Leonardo da Vinci. They also get to read on a weekly basis about an aspect of Scuola Leonardo da Vinci on the Schools and Agents website because we always post your lovely articles. But to recap a little bit, can you tell me in a nutshell what it is that you do at your schools and who are the students who come to you?
Uh, s- well, first of all, we are different schools because we are located in
Mm,
five cities in
yeah.
Italy. So Florence, Milan, Rome, Turin, and Viareggio. So we have really a different kind of students because any city has different clients, let's say. So there are from very young and dynamic and willing of having nightlife or fashion and design in Milan, or we have people
Mm,
more interested in culture, arts, and drawing, painting courses in Florence
of
and in Rome.
course.
Turin is a very calm and relaxed city, so it's very good for um, people in the middle age. And Viareggio, seaside location, seasonal
Of
school,
course.
so there are people coming, especially for a language vacation.
Of course.
during the summertime mostly. So there is a very big nationality mix. We have more than
Mhm.
100 nationalities in our schools. And
Wow.
yes, that's very, very good because we have in classes, we don't have a predominance of any country.
Hmm.
There is a very big intercultural exchange between students and teachers and from all over the world. This is fantastic. And plus, the fact that we are a group give the students the possibility to visit more cities in an Italian
Exactly. I
tour.
was going to say, that. Okay. And do you, for example, if there are students, if we have agents at the moment who are watching us or
Mhm.
who will watch this video in retrospect later on, who have students who perhaps might be undecided, I don't know, between studying Italian in Florence or in Rome, you know,
Mm.
I mean, is it possible for them to start the course in one place and then will there be continuation when they move on to the other school in the next
Yes,
location?
absolutely, yes. This is one of our most important selling point because students can continue their didactic progress in any school because we are the same method, same material. So can start in Florence, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, then continue in Rome, other 2, 3 weeks. It can be combined
Okay.
uh, as they want. But the very important thing is always the accommodation because this, yes, must be planned quite in
Mm.
advance, especially
Okay.
in this
And
next
if the
periods.
students need your help with this, if the students need your help with the accommodation, yes, I know that obviously nowadays a lot of people tend to go for Airbnb, they
Yep.
tend to look for their own accommodation. But if, let's say, they are, oh, Lynn has popped in and said hi.
Yeah, I saw it. Hello, Lena.
Lynn has popped in and
Oh,
said hi.
yeah,
um,
wonderful.
so if there are people who need your help with accommodation, even though, I mean, we've noticed this trend all around Europe, as you said earlier, that people are opting to look for
Mhm.
their own accommodation. But do you offer the help if required?
Sure. Yes, we have in our offices people that takes care of booking of accommodation, so they can choose between shared apartment with other students or family with breakfast or half board, or even we can help them to book um, a room or a place in a room in a residence because more and more there are students residencies in our cities. They are building there's continually building new students residence because there is a big need, especially
Yeah.
for academies and universities. There are people that are coming to study in Italy because now more and more people are coming from abroad to study at the university in English language, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Mm-hmm.
we also developed preparatory courses for access to universities and pathway programs.
Very nice. So
Mhm.
apart, if correct me if I'm wrong, apart from the Italian language and the
Yep.
Italian and cultural courses that you offer, do you also offer English courses?
Not English, but preparatory courses to access the universities in English language.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
okay, okay.
example, the one of the most sold in this field is the IMAT preparatory course for
Okay.
medicine studies in English. Since they
Okay.
have the preparatory, the access for the university in English and the
Of course.
the course in the university will be taught in English, we do the preparatory course in English.
Of course. And obviously, I mean, your schools are located in, I would say, the major cities in Italy. So
Yeah,
obviously, it makes sense that in these major cities where your schools are located, there are also the major universities. So it makes
that's true.
sense
That's
to
true.
have the pathway
Yeah,
programs there.
yeah,
Okay, so that's, I mean, if you had to give like a message to the agents watching this video,
yeah.
if they want to work with Leonardo da Vinci, first of all, why should they work with you, and how can they do it? How can they, start this collaboration?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Why? Why? Because we are very flexible and open to agencies. and we do offer training and visits to agencies offices worldwide if necessary, since we travel a lot during the year in different countries, so we can organize either online, that it's the easier way, or on site in the countries
Mhm.
where we are visiting during the year. That's the first point. The second second reason why they could work with us is that we are a group. So
Mm.
students can have the same prices, same conditions for all our destinations. There is no differences. Same starting dates, same courses. So it's very easy to deal with an organization like ours, because they don't have to deal with different prices in different cities. And the fact that they
Mm.
can join the course and do the Italian tour or studies in more cities is one of the most important point to collaborate with us. And of course, we are. I must say that we are very trustful. We are on the market since 1977. We
Wow.
never have been problems with agencies or with our schools, and we have, um I must say, survived in a very good way during the pandemic, and
Mhm. Mhm.
also the fact that we got 3-star awards in a row in pandemic and after
Wow.
pandemic period means that we are very well seen by
Very
agencies.
reliable.
And
Exactly, very
of course, I
reliable.
must say that I'm very happy about this, because it means that me and my staff, my colleagues, have done a very good job during the last
Exactly.
3 years, and the agencies also, because they are. I must say that when I was in London this year, I I felt an incredible atmosphere, positive atmosphere after the
Mhm.
COVID
Yes.
period, and all the people were smiling and happy
Mhm.
to be
Yeah,
in the industry again,
it's
site
true.
on site.
It's true. We felt this in all of the events we've attended this year, and I think
Mm,
everybody commented on the positivity within the
yeah,
industry that, finally the industry has had the good year it deserved. One
and
other,
to
sorry,
go
sorry.
to because you said to work with us, it's very
Yes.
easy because they just basically it's just to send us an email to contact us directly at our email address info@scuolaleonardo.com, and we will
Mm.
be in touch. We normally uh, answer in 24 hours,
Mhm. Mm,
and
very
we
nice.
set up a meeting, an online meeting, for example, and then we discuss the conditions.
Mhm. In fact, in this regard, those who are watching this live video will have, in fact, they already do, because this live video has already been shared on all of our social media platforms as we are speaking, and
Oh,
they have the possibility to contact you, Wolfango, directly,
yes, yes,
or to contact the school via the page. So if there are people
absolutely.
who are watching this video on LinkedIn, they can contact you through your LinkedIn page. There will also be a post interview article, and over there we will put direct links and include the email address of where the agents can contact you. So, like
Oh,
that, it becomes very, very easy for them to get in touch. One other point that I wanted to mention, and which I know is very close to your heart, Wolfango, and in my opinion, it's also one of your selling points. It is your big interest in sustainability. And we
uh,
all know that this is a topic that is also now influencing, that's the word I'm looking for, influencing students on which schools to choose to study in. And the fact that you guys do so much when it comes to sustainability, I think is a major unique selling point for Scuola Leonardo da Vinci. So can you tell us a little bit before we start
yeah.
wrapping up
Hmm.
about
Okay.
your green standards?
Yes, actually, it is something that I'm been personally involved since many years, and I believe that since many years, I believe that that's something that must be shared, first of all, with your colleagues and collaborators, because is running a school is like running a family. So there must be some, I don't want to say rules, but something that helps people
Guidelines, perhaps, guidelines.
guidelines. Thank you for the suggestion. Guidelines to better share a place where you spend the one of the mm, most important part of the day together
Of
with other
course.
people. So you share rooms, you share bathroom, you share also lunches, you share a lot of time, and whatever, and you use a lot of the tools that you have to work also and to stay in a school. So paper, electricity, air condition, heating, everything impacts on our environment. And
Mm-hmm.
since we are a school, so we educate people. So
Of course.
we teach a language, but we teach also culture, and we should also teach
Yes.
how to be in this world. And we do inside a little world, because our school is a place where people come from all over the world, and all people can give their contribute, because in their country probably they have these habits too, or they don't have, and they will be happy to learn something more about it.
Mm-hmm.
So since, thanks God, we, in our job, one of the most important point that makes me very happy to have this kind of job is traveling and knowing different culture. I always see how in the other countries treat the sustainability aspect, the environment. So I take some hints and I try to reflect it in our interest, in our business. That's
Can you give
why,
us some examples?
uh, for example, the fact that we have water bottles
Mm-hmm.
in
I'm
our
seeing one in
school.
the background there.
Yes, this one. Yes, this one. This our water bottles that we did in our school in Milan. Because I saw in many schools, universities, offices around the world that they have water filler, free water filler, and in Italy it's not so common. It wasn't so common. Maybe now more and more.
Mm,
So I took the idea to place one in our school and to give students the bottles, because it's something that can use the water. The water, it's good. It's drinkable.
mm-hmm.
It's not a problem, and they don't have to spend money for plastic water
Yeah,
in the vending machines or the supermarket. And you spend money and you contribute to something that is not good for our environment, because plastic.
exactly.
And at the end, even if one bottle costs just €1 probably,
Mm-hmm.
or 50 cents, when you sum all of this, it's a lot
Of
of money
course.
and a lot of plastic. I
Mm-hmm.
know that is little a school, maybe a little, but when you
Oh,
count
well, but every
thousands of
drop
students,
counts, of course, of
yeah.
course, every drop counts. And I also saw recently we published an article and a lovely reel about an initiative that
Mhm.
your students, that
Yeah,
your school and your students took part in.
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, since we are running, this was one of my, let's say, dreams to launch a volunteer program in Italy for students coming study Italian. So it took a lot of time to realize, because I wanted to take contact to make contact with local association instead of like UNICEF or WWF, or, because I don't want, I know that they are doing a big job, great job, but they are very big players.
Hmm.
But we are in our cities, and we want to help people that are helping the local people or local environment. So we took contact and established collaboration with this association in the city of Milan. And this one was an activity where students can go to the local markets open markets where there are people selling fruits and vegetables.
Hmm.
And at the end of the market, a lot of these products are thrown away or
Yeah.
are donated. So this association um, takes all these um, products, fruit and
Hmm.
vegetables, and we go from one to the other to collect. And in the end, we also weight, because you can show people how many kilograms of fruit and
Hmm.
vegetable you
Hmm.
can collect, and there are a lot, really a lot,
Yeah, I
tons.
can.
And you offer to people that don't have money to buy food, and
Nice.
that they can take. And
Nice.
that this is fresh fruit, fresh
Hmm.
vegetables. So like
Exactly.
apples, salads,
Hmm.
carrots,
Hmm.
whatever. And it's a fantastic activity. And you help people, you help environment. You don't throw away food. There
For
is a
sure.
lot of food that is every day sold and
Wasted.
bought in supermarket, mega stores, and there's no point of doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, no, no. That's a really, really nice initiative. And before I leave you, speaking of nice initiatives, I cannot not mention once again the marathon you ran. I'm seeing all those medals behind you,
uh,
and obviously I know
Thank you.
that that you are that you are an athlete and that you do a lot of sports, because I follow you on social media, and obviously
You too.
we talk about it very often
Yeah, yeah.
as well. And it's also nice to see, people in the industry. Yes, we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about helping those who are in need, but it's also important to help ourselves and to, so to speak, be aware of the fact that we spend a lot of time sitting down because of our jobs, we
Yeah,
spend a lot of time in airports, we spend a lot of time indoors. So it's nice to be doing something outside. In
sure.
your case, you went, I cannot even say you went the extra mile, because you went all 42 kilometers. So you
Mm,
ran a marathon, and not only did you run a marathon, but it was for charity.
yes.
Can you tell us about
Uh,
this
yes,
amazing thing
because
you did?
as you said, it's very important to be, for me, to be outside and to do sports activity, because it helps to also to better work and to better
Yes.
concentrate and to save time. Because when you learn how to organize your time, because always people say, I don't have time,
Yes.
I'm tired, but it's not true, because you
Mhm.
can always find time to do some, even 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. But time is possible to find. This is the first uh, that I learned. I didn't. And then when I started to do, I always done sports, like recreational sports. Of course, I'm not a professional athlete. And when I started to do this endurance sport 6, 7 years ago, I started because of some issues with my families, siblings, or friends that have some medical issues. So I decided to do something for them,
Mm.
and to help them and to raise money for some associations. So I started first doing triathlon, doing mm, learning how to swim, because I didn't know how to swim
My
7 years ago.
gosh, okay, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't. I didn't. And then at the end, I also uh, succeed in completing a full Ironman. That it's quite a long distance,
Quite a
let's say.
feat. Can you tell us the distances? It's a
It's
full marathon.
it's three
How
3.8 kilometers swimming,
swimming,
then 180 kilometer
cycling?
biking, and one marathon at the end.
One mile,
So it's
42 kilometers,
yeah,
for,
42
for those
kilometers.
who,
Mm,
42 kilometers of running after you've
yeah.
done 180 kilometers of cycling and
Mm.
3.8 kilometers of swimming. So,
Yes, that's
you
that's
know,
good. But
you see Wolfango over here saying it as if it's nothing. It's really not
no, no, but well,
nothing.
it's nothing. It's not nothing. It's something that you can't do if you're not trained to do it. But
Yeah.
believe me, it's something more mentally than physically, because you need to have your to be strong mentally, and then you learn a lot after that to better live and better organize your time. This is true. But coming back to the first that you said that is the last sport activity I did, it was, yes, the we ran the marathon in Florence on the 26th of November, and this time was pushing a guy, a kid of 12 years old, on a wheelchair. So it was big emotion, because this time it was for charity, but
Mhm.
it was different, because I was doing something together with the person
Yeah.
that I was helping, being not giving money or raising money, but being happy, because
Mhm.
he was so happy and so
Yeah.
positive. It was his dream to do it. So together with his father and other two friends,
Mhm.
we pushed him. We rotate each other during the marathon, but we ran the full marathon all
Mhm.
together, and it was something that is difficult to to show,
To explain
to
in words,
explain
I
in words,
think it's
because
yeah.
it's feelings, and
Mhm.
you don't you all the time, almost 4 hours, just laughing, talking,
Yeah.
talking with other people. So you don't you feel the tiring, but
Mhm.
different. So
I
it's
think it's a completely different kind of race, a completely different kind of
completely, yes,
experience
yes,
from where
completely.
you when you are running it as a race, competing with yourself, running against time. I
Mm.
know you also had a time target for this marathon, which
Uh,
you managed to achieve nonetheless, but
yes,
it's a totally different experience, and I think it's also the beauty of sport, because yes, doing PBs and breaking records, all of that is amazing, but I think when you realize that with your passion you can make somebody else happy, I think that is
and that's my goal.
takes it puts it on a different level.
Yes, that's true.
So, Wolfango, I told you 15 minutes. We've been here for almost half an hour, but
Wow,
it has
it
been
flies,
half an hour. It flew by, and it has
flew
been
by.
half an hour of insight. And I wanted to bring out these three main points because, first of all, obviously, knowing you, I know that the school, sustainability, and sport are what to me what who Wolfango is.
So
Scuola
thank
Leonardo
you.
da Vinci, sport, and your passion for sustainability for the environment.
Yeah,
So I wanted to bring out these three pillars um, in this live broadcast. And I also feel that it's very important that people, agents, people watching this get to know the person behind the school,
that's true.
because
Mm.
that is very, very valuable when it comes to choosing who to do business with. When it comes, yes, prices, commissions, all of that is important, but all of that is also very superficial. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
also
true.
about getting to know the people and finding the right connection with the person, because I believe that once you do find the right connection, then you can go miles and you can work together and find ways to collaborate together.
Yeah,
So
we are
sorry for
humans.
taking more of your time than
No,
I
no,
planned to.
I would love to speak a lot more, because it's really nice. It's
I
really
think we
relaxing.
can go on until this
Yeah, yeah.
evening talking about this.
We forgot to say that. I forgot to say that the fact that we are also sustainable, and we took a lot of attention to this. I'm very happy, and I was very happy when the Green Standard Association came out, and we
Yes,
immediately applied. Well, not
yes,
apply. We tried to apply, and I was very happy that we enter in the association at the first, because the checking list was good.
hmm
We were
hmm
inspected in a positive way, so we are part of this association, and I'm very happy that it exists, and that Jonathan is doing a great job
yeah,
spreading
yeah,
out
yeah.
with the association and schools and agencies the fact that sustainability, it's an issue, and all of us in the
Yes.
industry should take care of it.
Definitely. And in fact, it's for me, it's also a pleasure that we are now collaborating with Jonathan. In fact, I have an
Mm,
article about Green
yeah.
Standard Schools coming out tomorrow. Jonathan will be on our live broadcasts next as of next year, as of January, and also as schools and agents, because we do believe that this is super, super important. We will also start to dedicate a corner once a week to sustainable practices in schools,
Ah, great.
because it is also something that I believe in a lot. And if we can use this platform, we are reaching now over 200,000 industry players per month through our
Wow.
articles, through our social media. So if we can use this platform to spread and share some tips, why not? Why not make the world a better place?
Yeah.
So, Wolfango, thank you very much for being with me
Thanks to
today. It
you.
has been an honor to have you, out of all the people in the industry, as my last guest for
Ah,
2023. But I am hopeful that we will see you and your schools again in
of
2024 on
course.
our live
Will be
broadcasts.
my pleasure. And I wish everyone a very good period, Christmas, or if one who will celebrate Christmas, and
Whatever it
also
is we're
whatever it
celebrating,
is. Yes,
happy holidays.
celebrate holidays.
Happy
Okay.
holidays,
Thank
definitely
you.
from us
Thank
as
you.
well. Take care and all the very best. Wolfango.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care, everybody.
Bye. Bye bye.
Okay.